A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant development in the ongoing legal saga surrounding former President Donald Trump, a New York appeals court has overturned a staggering $500 million fine imposed for real estate fraud. The court's ruling, which upheld a previous finding of fraud against Trump, deemed the financial penalty excessive and unconstitutional. This decision has sparked a heated debate about the implications for Trump's business practices and the motivations behind the lawsuit brought forth by New York Attorney General Letitia James. The ruling was delivered by a 5-judge panel, which found that while harm had occurred, it did not rise to the level that justified such an astronomical financial penalty. The court stated, while harm certainly occurred, it was not the cataclysmic harm that can justify a nearly $500 million award to the state. This decision marks a crucial turning point for Trump, who has consistently maintained that his valuation methods were standard practice in the real estate industry and that no banks suffered losses as a result of his financial dealings. Trump, who has an estimated net worth of $5.1 billion according to Forbes, celebrated the court's decision as a triumph. In a post on his social media platform, Truth Social, he declared it a total victory and criticized the original ruling as unlawful and disgraceful. He did not hold back in his condemnation of the judge who presided over the initial case, labeling Judge Arthur Engoron a corrupt judge and Letitia James as a corrupt and incompetent attorney general. The origins of this legal battle trace back to September 2022, when James accused Trump and his family of engaging in persistent and staggering fraud by inflating and deflating asset values to deceive banks and insurers. Specifically, Trump was alleged to have inflated the value of his Mar-a-Lago estate by as much as tenfold and misrepresented the size of his Fifth Avenue apartment in New York. Initially, Judge Engoron imposed a fine of $355 million on Trump, which ballooned to approximately $500 million with interest. In addition to the financial penalties, Trump and his sons faced a temporary ban on serving as corporate officers in New York, and the Trump Organization was required to submit its financial records for review by an independent monitor. While these sanctions remain in place, they are currently on hold pending further appeals. Letitia James, undeterred by the appeals court's ruling, announced her intention to challenge the decision at the New York Court of Appeals, the state's highest court. She emphasized that the court had not dismissed the fraud ruling against Trump, stating, "It should not be lost to history. Yet another court has ruled that the president violated the law, and that our case has merit." The ruling has left the court's judges divided, with 2 judges supporting the fraud finding but opposing the penalties, 2 favoring a new trial, and 1 advocating for the dismissal of the case altogether. This division highlights the contentious nature of the proceedings and the varying interpretations of the evidence presented. Trump's defense has centered on the argument that his valuation practices were commonplace in the real estate industry, and he stressed that banks had not lost money on the loans he secured. In fact, the state did not dispute this assertion. Trump's legal team has characterized the lawsuit as politically motivated, with attorney Alina Habba claiming it was legally baseless and grossly excessive. However, the ruling has not entirely absolved Trump of wrongdoing. The court's affirmation of the fraud finding means that Trump, his company, and his children remain liable for their actions. This ongoing liability underscores the complexity of the case and the potential ramifications for Trump's business operations in New York. The legal battle has also drawn attention to the broader implications of political influence in the judicial system. One dissenting judge, Justice David Friedman, criticized the case as being driven by partisan political motives, suggesting that the lawsuit was an attempt to undermine Trump's political career and business interests. As Trump's legal troubles continue to unfold, the implications for his future, both in business and politics, remain uncertain. He has faced a series of legal challenges since leaving office, including a conviction for falsifying business records related to hush money payments. Yet he has avoided jail time thus far. The outcome of this latest ruling could set a precedent for future cases involving high-profile figures and their business practices. As the legal proceedings move forward, all eyes will be on the New York Court of Appeals to see how they navigate the complexities of this case and its implications for the former president and his empire. In the meantime, Trump continues to rally his supporters, framing the legal challenges he faces as politically motivated attacks against him. The narrative he crafts around these events will likely play a critical role in shaping his political future as he seeks to regain prominence in the upcoming elections. The intersection of law and politics is on full display, and the stakes are higher than ever for Trump, his family, and his business endeavors. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.